Stuck inside of this quarantine, now all I do is play FIFA. Stuck inside of this quarantine, now all I do is play FIFA. Stuck inside of this quarantine, now all I do is play FIFA. Stuck inside of this quarantine, I'm stuck. Getting down on my knees and I'm praying. I'm saying, please, EA, please bless me. It's so blatant. I'm cursed. Why? Pack Prime Crespo and I was shaking. For chance rewards got my heart breaking. Why? What is the deal, YouTube? It is your boy, 1 Star Week Finna. We are back for another episode of the Broke Boy Road to Glory, and I have some bad news to share with you guys. I packed moments. Larson last episode, I was on top of the world. I was contemplating even adding him to the weekend league side, but just as fast as he hit the club, he is gone. I threw him into the Mason Greenwood SBC. I mean, I told you guys last video that he was coming. He dropped yesterday, and after I saw the SBC, I was like, I gotta do him at all costs. As you guys know, this account is pretty cleared out. I mean, I've done too many SBCs. I haven't gotten really a good return out of these SBCs, so I'm at a point where pretty much everybody that's not in my starting 11 or in my future Everton weekend league squad is gone. They are done. They are dusted, and Henrik Larsson moments card had to join it. I ended up doing a bunch of 81 double upgrades. Actually, no, not the 81s. I did one of those. I did a bunch of 82 to 88 upgrades, and I was able to grind out Mason Greenwood for pretty cheap. I think I ended up doing him for about 25k. Everything else was done with players I had in my club, and like I said, I did not have that many players. So let's look at the squad going into the weekend league. It's pretty much going to be more of the same. We got Pogba, we got Sissoko, we got Dembele, pretty much club legends at this point. And the custom tactics are going to be very similar to last week. 4-4-2, press after possession loss. We're not going to be parking the bus or drop backing, or not even pressure on heavy touching. We're going to be press after possession lossing, if that makes any sense. From this point forward, because I mean, I really just want to press opponents. I want to take the game to my opponents. I'm tired of playing the slow meta FIFA 20 gameplay. Offensively, it's going to be very balanced. We're going to put 6 width and 6 players in the box. It lines up like this. We got Greenwood and Dembele, 2 5-star attackers as our strikers. We have Atal to provide support. We got Vinicius, we got Pogba, Sissoko. What I've been finding, because a lot of you guys have asked me at home, is Sissoko and Pogba a good pairing? I would say yes, if the gameplay allows, but in most games when the gameplay is even slightly delayed, I end up having to take either Pogba or Sissoko out, putting Atal into the midfield, and then bringing on the left winger at halftime. I feel like that midfield is much more balanced. So if you guys at home are wondering, should you get both, I would suggest just picking one. Whether you need an offensive CM in Pogba, or maybe a more defensive CDM in the Vieira mode like Sissoko, that's really up to you. But today, we're not talking about Sissoko. We're not talking about Pogba. We're talking about Pogba's teammate, 94 rated, road to the Europa League final, Mason Greenwood. And this is a very exciting card for me. I'm a big fan of his in real life, of what he's done in real life, breaking into the first team of United, scoring 20 goals in his first season. And how old is he? I think he's like 18. Does this say here? It does not say. Oh, 2001 is his date of birth. Yep, he is 19 as of this moment. So that's very impressive. So he's 6'2". He has medium work rates, which are not my favorite. He's left-footed, but it doesn't matter. He has the 5-star weak foot. 3-star skill moves. I played 11 games in the weekend league. With him, I got 9 goals and 4 assists. Before we go any further though, if you're enjoying the content, if you want more content like this, do me a favor, hit the like button down below. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. I appreciate all you guys at home for watching this video. So when you look at this Mason Greenwood card, a lot of things here stand out. I mean, he's gotten quite a sizable boost even on his Future Stars card. His pace at 93 is very nice. His shooting is really where his bread and butter is in real life, and this card is no different. I mean, you really can't ask for more as far as the stats go. His passing stats are a surprise here. I did not expect him to get the cam-like passing he seems to possess on paper. And his dribbling stats are insane. His physical stats are very nice as well. He looks like a very similar card to Aubameyang on this game. He also has the finesse shot and outside the foot shot traits. I think the main question we're going to ask here is, at 6'2", is he still going to be able to be maneuvered in game? Is he going to be playable on the ball? How's he going to feel in delayed gameplay? To really help with that, I did add the engine chem style. Normally on a player like this, I'd add sniper, but his shooting stats are very nice. I did want to add a little bit to the pace. I did want to add a little bit to the balance, the dribbling, everything like that. So I do think engine is the best chem style. So yeah, we're gonna jump into the gameplay. I'm gonna let you guys know how my weekend league is going, and I'm gonna let you guys know, is this Greenwood card worth the unlock? Let's go. All right, so according to Footbin, Mason Greenwood is gonna be costing you 300K to complete the SBC. Is he worth it? I would say at that price, I do feel he is a bit overpriced. We're gonna break down the stats though. I'm gonna let you guys know exactly how I feel about this card. So first we're gonna talk about his pace. He has 93 pace, and I had no issues here, partly because I boosted it to 98 with the engine chem style. I do think he was very quick in game. His acceleration coming out of the skill moves, especially with his long legs, was very effective. He beat the defensive line more times than not. He's just a smidge slower than the Mbappes, than the Ryan Kents of the world. And overall, I gotta give his pace a 9.5 out of 10. It was very, very good, and I had no issues with it at all. Next, we'll talk about shooting, and I think this is definitely the best aspect of the card. If you want a clinical striker, somebody's gonna finish everything in front of net from both feet, I think this guy's gonna be your guy. His attack positioning at 96 was very evident in game. He makes very intelligent runs. He's always in the right position to really poach a goal, to really be off the last defender and get in behind properly. It's very, very nice. His finishing is 95 with 95 shot power and the outside the foot and the finesse shot trait. His finishing is 95 with the outside the foot and finesse shot trait. So, I mean, needless to say, this guy is incredibly clinical in front of net, either foot, which makes him very unpredictable. And it's very, very nice to have somebody that can finish at this level. I would say that if you need somebody who can score you a half chance, even a quarter chance, this Greenwood is going to be your guy. Overall, his shooting is a 9.75 out of 10. He has one of the best shots I have felt on this game. Next, we'll talk about his passing, and this part of the card really surprised me. I mean, it plays just as good as it suggests on paper. He has 89 vision, 92 short passing, 88 long passing, and 92 curve. And some of you guys at home might be even daring to bring this guy in as a cam. And I do think passing-wise, he does have the sauce. He does have the ability to bring other players into the game. He does have the ability to make long through passes, taking other defenders out of the game. I mean, this guy definitely is a very, very good playmaker as far as passing goes. And overall, I gotta give his passing a 9 out of 10. He was very reliable, and this part of the card is very, very overlooked, especially since he looks like he could be a cam, he could be a target man striker, and in those roles, passing-wise, he does have that sauce. Next, we'll talk about his dribbling, and it's 95 on paper. And as expected, it doesn't quite feel up to snuff in game. I do think it's because of his body type. He's 6'2", and you could do whatever you want to a 6'2" player on this game. They're just never gonna feel top end on the ball. What I will say is that there's two Mason Greenwoods that I've encountered on this game. There's a Mason Greenwood that in smooth gameplay is actually able to hold his own. He's actually able to create his own space, create his own shot, left stick dribble very effectively, and he does feel fairly responsive on the ball. For a 6'2" player, he's able to be maneuvered, everything like that. But the Mason Greenwood I encountered in a lot of the games I played today in the weekend league was the Mason Greenwood in delayed gameplay. And in delayed gameplay, this guy is a very ineffective dribbler of the ball. I mean, he takes strides that are too long. It takes him too long to gather the ball and then shoot. And in those tight games, in those congested games where your opponent's going to be parking the bus, there's not much space in the box and the gameplay is delayed, this guy's going to let you down. He's not going to be able to get the shot off when you need him to. He's not going to be able to turn when you need him to turn, and it's very, very frustrating overall. One good thing I will say though is that he has 95 composure, so even if he's getting pressed, as long as you could get that shot off at a good angle, it's going to hit the back of the net. Overall, this guy's dribbling is an 8 out of 10. I mean, it's solid. For a 6'2" player, he's very smooth, but just wait till you use him in delayed gameplay. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Finally, we'll be talking about his physical. He has 90 strength, 94 stamina. These are very good stats, and it makes him a very good target man type striker, especially when you take into consideration his medium work rates. He's not somebody that's dying to get forward. He's not somebody that's hungry to like be on the last man and everything like that. Even when I set his instructions to get him behind, he's just somebody that's not always going to be making those runs in behind. It was quite frustrating, and therefore his strength really helps him really cope with that deficiency that he does have. He has 94 stamina, which means he lasts all game, and overall, this guy's physical is an 8.5 out of 10. Alright guys, so what's the final verdict on this card? I think this card is a very nice card. I think he's a fun card. I think he's a card that if you're a United fan, if you're an England fan, you definitely got to bring him in. I mean, he's a very good card. What I will say though is that I don't think he's worth 300k. 300k is a lot of points in this game right now. And what I will say is that in delayed gameplay, his dribbling is just not that good. And you might be saying, yo, if Manchester United win the Europa League, this guy's going to be like a 96 rated, maybe a 97 rated. But looking at his stats right now, I don't really foresee any stat upgrades that'll really fix his main deficiencies, which is the fact that he's 6'2", his legs are too long, and in the delayed gameplay, he's gonna let you down. I mean, his shooting is amazing as is, his pace is great, his passing and physical are amazing, and if you boost those stats even more, I mean, he's gonna be a little bit better. But he's just never going to be that top-end striker because of his body type. And overall, I got to give him an 8.5 out of 10. Don't get me wrong. He's a very good card. If he was 150k, maybe 200k, I think he'd be a must-do. But for 300k, I do think you can make some better decisions. Alright guys, so you might be wondering how I'm doing in the weekend league. And I've had a weekend league, alright? I played 10 games today. Almost like it's the beginning of FIFA all over again. And the gameplay was bad in most of it, but I did end up finishing 6 and 4. We will be pushing for gold 3 or silver 1 on stream tomorrow. I'm gonna hit you guys with an early stream, maybe 10 a.m. Eastern time, somewhere around that time. So stay tuned for that. My Twitch link is in the description box down below. That's gonna be the video for today. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next episode, but until then, later.